have any skin tips or any recommendations regarding that?
So my number one recommendation for anybody when it comes to their skincare is that one, everybody, no matter what your skincare needs, concerns, or skin type is, everyone should have a skincare regimen. Some people, depending on what their issue is or is not, it can be a bit more simple or complex than other people's could be. But everybody should have a skincare regimen because we all have skin. This includes men too. Don't y'all please don't act like y'all ain't got skin that needs to be taken care of. Y'all do.
I know. I need to give me a manicure or a pedicure one day.
Yeah, but like y'all gotta take care of y'all skin as well, and so definitely everybody needs a skincare regimen. And within your regimen, the best thing that you can do for yourself is be consistent with it. If you're not going to be consistent with it, no matter what products you're using, no matter what the regimen is, you're not going to see the results that you want to because you lack the consistency. So have a regimen and be consistent with it.
Ain't that about something? So, okay, now when COVID-19 happened, since you have your own business or whatnot, when COVID-19 happened, when all the business was closing down and whatnot, did it affect you in any way?
It did. Well, like I said before, I still have my corporate job. With my corporate job, I was fine doing that and everything was cool there, so I didn't have an effect there per se. But when it came to my business, I had literally just graduated from my aesthetics license, and I got licensed and everything. And then 6 or 7 months after that, that's when COVID hit. I was in the salon already and working, but COVID hit, so I was out of the salon, and it was a different experience for all of us. It was just I don't think anybody was expecting it to happen like that. So in that case, you just went with it. You did whatever it is you had to do to keep everything going, and thank God I still had my corporate job and I was okay. But even after we got back into the salon and stuff, people were very slow about getting back into the swing of things. So it still took a while to get back to normal, if you will.
Yeah, people didn't really have that money to spend for real no more because the money that they got went on their bills because most people lost their jobs, and the people that didn't lose their jobs, they lost hours.
Right.
Because they wasn't really doing the full time no more. Okay, they put people on part time, so they won't get fired. But I think it hurted everybody. Eventually, it hurted everybody.
Yeah.
But it kind of boosted up my sales when it came to heating and cooling, though.
Yeah.
I know that's off the subject, but for some reason, it boosted up the sales because every time everybody was getting a check, they was buying AC units and buying furnaces. Can you put this in, Mr. Moore? I got my check. I got my stimulus. I'm like, of course.
But that makes sense because I think when COVID hit, we started paying attention to things that we dismissed on a daily basis because we were in our routine doing X, Y, and Z. But then you had to be at home. You didn't have nothing else to do but be at home. I mean, people started doing home improvements and everything. So after that, to be like, I need a new AC, I need heating and cooling, I could definitely see that happening. So that makes sense.
Most definitely. So you was actually in the salon when all this stuff happened. Once it happened, the salon closed.
Yeah, so I remember it happening and just having conversations with the salon owner and stuff, and we were like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? How's this gonna work? Are we shutting down? Because if you remember, well, I think the way it was happening as far as how it rolled out was different for everybody. But as far as the salon was concerned, we didn't know if we had a choice in being there or not, or if we had to shut down. But of course, when it came down to it, we had to shut down. Like if you were gonna be in the salon, they would come in there and shut you down anyway if you tried to be in there. Because some people don't care. But even still, some people, they was on the side doing stuff at their house. That's their business. Because some people still wanted to have their services and stuff. But at the same time, it was just the decision was made that we couldn't be there, so we weren't.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So, what school did you graduate from again for your the stuff that you do?
I went to Entourage, which is over in Kansas. And for anybody that's on the Missouri side, I would recommend that you go to school in Kansas versus Missouri. Not that it's cheaper, it's just that Kansas, their hour requirement is more than Missouri. So once you complete your program in Kansas and you get licensed and stuff, you can get licensed in Missouri by just getting your reciprocity, and so now you're licensed in Kansas and Missouri. real simple. Not only that, but I think Kansas, if they don't, or if they're not one of the states that requires the most, they I think is they at least require more than most states. So let's say if you moved out of state or something like that, you know, I know a lot of people from Kansas City, like they migrate to Texas, like you've already met the hour requirement. So when you move, only thing you need to do is really just confirm with the state what you need to do to get your license. And if since you met the hour requirement, you're not gonna have to go back to school and do anything. You can just basically apply for the license.
That's interesting.
You know, so it can work out for you.
So, what would you tell the youth that want to get into the makeup, like the little girls that be practicing with their dolls and someday they want to do makeup? What would you tell the youth out there about your field?
For the youth out there, really anybody, like if you want to do something, just make sure that you love it and that you really are passionate about it. Like, you know, so I know sometimes when it comes to the beauty industry, especially like when it comes to aesthetics or makeup, it can be very easily discounted as to what it is we do and how impactful it can be. And so if this is something that you love and you really truly want to do it, then absolutely you should go for it. As an esthetician, you have so many different options as the things that you can do. And you can focus on that one thing and go for it. There are a lot of people out here that they're just lash technicians, or they're just all they do is brows, and they are out here making great money and living wonderful lives because this is what they do and what they love. So if you want to do it, make sure that this is truly what you want to do, you love it, you're passionate about it, and just go for it and stick with it.
Cool.